Dream Team, it's your boy D Neal back with another reaction video, guys. Here we are with 6 lies America told me about Europe, life in the UK. I'm intrigued. What did America lie about? Before we jump into this, what I need you guys to do is hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell, get a video a thumbs up so it gets suggested. Social media, Patreon, all up top. You subscribe to any of it, put all the links in the description. All you gotta do is hit the link, follow me, talk to me. Human, I talk back. If you got a favorite video suggestion, you can subscribe to Patreon or in the description section. There's a Google form link. What you got?
Hey everybody, welcome back. International Carl doing another video for you. If this is your first time to my channel, please right now stop and hit the like button. Consider subscribing, and as always, hit me in the comment section because those that have subscribed to my channel know that I'm always active in the comment section. Now, this video, we're going to talk about a couple lies that the United States pushes into us as Americans growing up. And let's talk about it right now. Let's get to it right now. Lie number 1. This one is a funny one to me because in the United States, it's always, I don't care if you're a Democrat, I don't care if you're a Republican, I don't care if you're independent, I don't care where you're at on the political spectrum. You're always going to have a politician telling you that
they hate our freedoms, our freedom of religion, our freedom of speech, our freedom to vote and assemble and disagree with each other.
That's right.
Yes, he's not lying about that, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I guess from a young age, freedom is so much around the American, like, freedom seems like such an American thing for us. It's kind of pushed into us. Like, freedom is an American thing. We're the freest people on earth. We're more free than anybody else. And know what I'm saying? That's a fact. And then you learn, like, so many other countries, all of these countries have freedom. They all have the same freedoms that we have. And it'd be crazy. But
freedom of speech, our freedom to vote and assemble and disagree with each other.
That's right. They hate us for our freedoms. Can you believe that? As if nowhere else in the world has any freedoms. Like Europe. You know, in Europe, they act like if you come to Europe, there's just no freedoms. What freedoms do I not have here in Europe? You know, as these are Western democracies with Western values and culture that has been exported to the United States. And it's become its own thing. I'm not saying one is better than the other, but freedoms exist here. I'm still scratching my head. What freedom do you have in America that I don't have here? Let's talk about freedom of speech, for example. In America, you have freedom of speech. In the UK, for example, you don't have freedom of speech. What you do have is freedom of expression. Slight different tweak, but let's give you an example. In America, you can be as racist as you want to somebody. You can walk up to me, walk up to any black person and say the N-word all day long if you want. Where in the UK, you really couldn't do that because at some point you will cross a fine line of inciting racial hatred. So if you define your freedoms based on your ability to call somebody an N-word or call some Asian American some type of offensive word, by all means, you can have that freedom. I don't need that freedom. But
that's facts. That freedom, you know what I'm saying? You shouldn't be allowed to do that, but that's interesting. Wow. So at a certain point, like, you're not allowed to do that over there in the UK. You're not allowed to, like, use these racial slurs at people and do all of that. I like that. Yeah, here, I mean, I'm not saying, like, here, you may be free to do it, but there's going to be consequences. You know, you can do it all you want. There's going to be consequences, though. You feel me? But keep it going.
Word. By all means, you can have that freedom. I don't need that freedom.
I mean, if it's not consequences by the government, it's going to be consequences by whoever you're saying it around. If you're a celebrity, it's going to be consequences by the public. You feel me?
Freedom. But other people in America talk about it like freedom for guns. Ooh, guns. They want to take your guns. Well, let's see. Here in the UK, can you have guns? Yes. Can you have a rifle? Yes. Can you have a handgun? Yes. What does the Second Amendment say in the United States? It's highly regulated. So what is it here in the UK? Guess what? It's highly regulated. There's lots of regulations around what type of gun, where you have to store that gun, where you have to keep the ammunition, what do you have to do for the maintenance of that gun. Highly regulated. So you still have the freedom to have a gun. So if you define your freedoms as being able to have as many guns as you want in America, okay, fine, no argument. But I think that's a lie that they sell, that nobody here has any guns. Not true. Number 2. Social housing is a bad thing. It's something that you're supposed to segregate from the rest of the population. So, for example, in America, especially in LA where I'm from, or Southern California where I'm from, social housing, Section 8. Well, that's usually in a separate side of the city, not being seen. I don't even know where it's at, because where I grew up was nothing but beautiful homes, single family homes, no social housing. Where here in the UK, just in Europe in general, it's all sprinkled around you. For example, here in the UK, I live in a beautiful big house, beautiful executive style estate. I have a nice car, but guess what? On this estate and on several new estates, they all have social housing, and they do things that are different in the United States, or that they do here in the UK, that they wouldn't do or they don't do in the United States. You can be on social housing, but guess what? You can partially own that house. So that way you can be on the track. So you can buy 10% of the home, 20% of the home, 50% of the home, and try to get all the way up to 100% of the home like me or you do. So that's a different strategy that they do, so that social housing is good for everybody, because that way the kids get to interact with all people from all social and religious economic backgrounds. And you as an adult get to work and meet and mingle with people from all different backgrounds. I think the neighborhoods are better for it. They're safer for it. Less crime, because guess what? If you're in an executive style estate, well, guess what? You want to keep your home value high. You want to keep it nice and looking new. And that's going to put pressure on the social housing to also keep their house nice, keep the estate looking nice and new and fresh. So I think that's a myth, and I think that's something that should be revisited in the United States.
I agree with what he said when he said, like, if it's like social housing or anything like that, they put you on a whole other side of the city. Like, on one side of the city, you got all these nice homes, beautiful neighborhoods, look amazing, extravagant, gorgeous, and then you got all these bad looking homes, kind of compared to all these extravagant homes. You know what I'm saying? And it's like it's separated definitely. And so I like the fact that, like he said, they sprinkle it in. That's really cool. And so you get to kind of interact with those of a different religious background, those of a different economic background. You know what I'm saying? Those different. I like it. You get to see this big extravagant home right next to you. I'm like, I want that. You feel me? Keep talking, my bad.
So I think that's a myth, and I think that's something that should be revisited in the United States. Number 3. In America, they teach you this, that somehow being a hard worker means coming in early, staying late, never taking a vacation, and definitely don't call in sick. That is like the biggest mistake you could ever make, faux pas you could make. I'll give you an example. When I was working for a large airframe manufacturer in the United States, I remember a friend of mine, we wanted to take 2 weeks off and go do something. Our managers looked at us like we were crazy because we wanted to have the audacity to take 2 weeks off. And mind you, we didn't take any days off prior to that. We just wanted to take 2 weeks off in a year so we could go do something. They were like, no, reject it, slim that down to a week. And I'm thinking, isn't that my time off to relax, to recharge my battery so I can come back to work? No. Now, I think minds and hearts have changed a little bit in the United States back from when I started working, back in the early 2000s, or mid-2000s, I should say. But that was a faux pas. Well, here in the United Kingdom and here in Europe, for example, it's encouraged to take time off. You get 20, 25 plus days off in mostly all European countries. I think by law in the European Union, you have to have 20 days off. So it's encouraged to take time off because either you use it or you lose it. And for example, I think Sweden, if I can find the article, it's on the screen now. But if not, Sweden is actually doing a trial where they're reducing the work hours to 6 hours to see if it increases productivity. Because employers are seeing that the employees are more rested and more focused when they come back to work. Number
Y'all tell me how that went, because
4, America sells you this, that capitalism and consumerism go hand in glove. It's like this cycle. You have to work to buy, to work again to pay for what.
Oh, on that last point, I'm sorry. Yeah, I tell you gotta work hard, never take days off. They really don't give you the days off, even if you wanted to take days off, so you're not getting them anyway. Come in early, stay. I don't know. I don't think you get ahead that way. I think it takes too long. I think in order to get ahead the way a lot of people want to get ahead to get in that top percent, I mean, you almost have to be an entrepreneur now. Like, you almost have to start up something of your own, because it's just working under somebody. No matter how hard you work, no matter the time you put in, and I'm saying in most cases. I understand there are cases where you do move up. Most cases, the company, you're basically just working your life away. When a company could care less about you, who you are as a person, you know what I'm saying? About your vacation, about your personal life. As long as you come and you hit that clock and you work hard for them. They don't plan on moving you up anytime soon. So like he said, like he was preaching.
You have to work to buy, to work again to pay for what you buy, to buy some more stuff, to then work again and go down this continuous loop of working to live. And in Europe, one of the things that I find, I think is a beauty and a benefit of working and living in Europe is that there's more of a work-life balance. As I just talked about in point number 3, is that you have time off to actually do stuff. And you don't just have this endless working to consume. Don't get me wrong. We go on vacation, so we're consuming what I would call, we are consuming experiences, but we don't live to work. We work to live. And that is a benefit of living in Europe. And I think that is great. And I think the U.S. sells a lie to its people by telling them that you have to work hard to then buy stuff and never do anything. Number 5, which kind of ties into the first one I said, but it really is on the Republican right side in America. They always preach, especially during the Obamacare era, 2012, was all about these death panels. They literally produced a video where they were throwing grandma off a cliff because of social medicine.
Make no mistake about it. President Obama and the Democrats who supported Obamacare began throwing seniors off the cliff back.
The evils of social.
My Lord.
Supported Obamacare began throwing seniors off the cliff back.
The evils of social medicine, that you were going to have death panels if you got sick. I mean, how ridiculous of a lie that is. I mean, it's a bold-faced lie. I've lived here 11, 12 years. I have yet to ever see a death panel. I have known some older people. I know some younger people. I know myself. You can walk into any hospital in any country in Europe and there's not a single death penalty. What do you expect them to say? Oh, sorry, you had a heart attack last year, Mr. Carl, but since you had one last year, we're not going to treat you for this heart attack because the panel has refused your care. On a side note,
crazy.
You kind of already have that in America. You just have it through the insurance companies because guess what they do? Decide not to cover you. They say, it's a pre-existing condition. I don't think you can do that anymore, but they'll say that, or they'll find a way to deny coverage. They'll make it so high to cost to do it that you have to do it out of pocket. And guess what? Now you're bankrupt. So that loops right back to number 1. How are you free if you have to live with the pressure of going bankrupt and not being able to pay your bills? Because guess what? You have the audacity to break your hip, get sick. I don't know. You pick it. So those are the 5 things that I think that the United States lies or mislead.
The audacity to break your hip. The audacity to get sick. How dare you? Know what I'm saying? Now you gotta go back, bro. He's so, bro. He's spot on about this stuff.
Those are the 5 things that I think that the United States lies or misleads its people on purpose to further whatever big business or whatever political agenda that they have to the people. I'm going to leave you with a bonus one, which is kind of strange if you look at it. Because number 6 is this. In America, every day, all students around the nation get up every morning and say the Pledge of Allegiance. You pledge yourself and align yourself to the United States flag and to the republic for which it stands. Now, that's not something that's common in Europe. In many Western countries, I don't know of any other Western country that makes its kids get up every morning. I do know of one back in 1938, 1942-ish time. Those kids used to get up and actually pledge allegiance to their flag and to their Führer. But I don't know if that's something we should necessarily be doing. Don't get me wrong, I love my country. I'm very patriotic about it. I love the 4th of July for all my country is never perfect, but I think it can get better. But that's mine. Hit me in the comments. Tell me what you think. And like always, click here to subscribe to the channel and click right here, right there to watch another one of my videos. With that, I'm out. Thank you.
I really enjoyed his video because he was so spot on about a lot of these things, bro. Literally, like, hit the nail on the head. So, I mean, I ain't really nothing else for me to say. He already said it all. That's all we got for this one. You guys got a favorite video you want to see him react to, you can subscribe to Patreon, leave a suggestion, or in the description section or the Google form link, hit the link, fill out your suggestions, send it to me. You want me to get to yours faster, fill out premium. Make sure you hit subscribe to the channel, ring notification bell, get a video a thumbs up so it gets suggested. Social media, Patreon, all up top. You want to subscribe to any of it, put all the links in the description. All you got to do is hit the link, follow me, talk to me. Love talking to you guys. You guys are the most incredible team on YouTube. It's your boy D Neal. Out.